Hello friends, welcome to our channel Knowledge Amplifier. Today in this particular video we are going to discuss about a very interesting feature of AWS Lambda, and that is ephemeral storage. So what is this particular storage? How we can utilize this storage in our data pipeline? On that we are going to explore in detail in our today's video. Okay. So what is this storage? Let us try to understand first. And here it has written beautifully that Lambda provides ephemeral storage for functions in the /temp directory. The storage is temporary and unique to each execution environment. So just like while working with Linux or macOS system, majorly we use /temp directory to store some intermediate data in between our code run. Similarly, here in Lambda function also we are having /temp directory, and that is called as ephemeral storage. This /temp directory can take how much volume that we can control using ephemeral storage setting in our Lambda function, and this volume can vary from 512 MB to 10,240 MB with 1 MB increment. Okay, so while creating the Lambda function, we can basically change this particular storage volume based on our requirement. Okay, and all data stored in /temp is encrypted at rest with a key managed by AWS. So that means using a KMS key which is managed by AWS, all the data whatever we are storing in /temp directory will be encrypted. Okay, so from security point of view also it is a pretty good storage system. So now we will try to explore that how we can easily use this /temp directory or ephemeral storage in Lambda using Python. Okay, so before jumping into Lambda function, let me show you a Python module, that is tempfile, using which you can easily interact with temp directory. Maybe you want to create some temporary file or temporary folder within our temp directory, that you can easily do using tempfile. And once the file is not required, automatically how you can delete using tempfile, that also we are going to explore first, and then we will try to implement the same in our Lambda function. Okay. So here to show you that particular tempfile concept, I have written some code in my Google Colab notebook. So as part of the first step, I'll be doing some pip install, that is Boto3 and PyPDF2. So here I will run this. So here it is installed. Now here we are importing those required modules. Import tempfile. Using this particular module, basically we can interact with our /temp directory. Maybe we can create some file within it which is a temporary file, or we can create a temporary directory within it. Different kind of functionalities it provides. And apart from that, we are importing sleep. Why we are importing, I'll explain you. No need to worry. Import Boto3 because in this demo we need to interact with S3. So that time we need S3 client which we can create using Boto3, and PDF file we are going to work with. So PyPDF2 also we are importing. Okay. So this import is done. Now here let's export this particular piece of code first. So here what we are doing, with tempfile dot named temporary file as tempfile. So using this particular command, we can create a temporary file within our temporary directory. That is, within /temp directory, we can create a temporary file using this kind of command. This tempfile module can help us to do so. Okay, and whatever file got created, if you want to get the name for it, then the name you can easily get using tempfile.name. And here we are printing that the local file is created in temporary directory with this name, and we are having a sleep time. Why this sleep I have provided? Let me explain. So here in temporary directory within our Google Colab, if you expand this folder here, you will see that here we are having temporary directory, and if I expand that, these are the files which are already available within it. Now we are going to create a temporary file using this command. Now what we want to automatically delete it once the execution is done. So kind of like once the with block will exit, that time only I want to delete the temporary file whatever got created within this temp directory. So to do so, we can use delete true feature. This will make sure once the with block exits, automatically the temporary file whatever got created in our /temp folder, that also will be deleted. Now if I don't put a sleep, the file will be created and quickly it will be deleted because immediately with block will be exited, right? So to show you that the temporary file is getting created within our temp directory in Google Colab, I am having a sleep of 60 seconds so that with block immediately it will not exit. So that's why here we are having a sleep of 60 seconds so that I can show you that the file is getting created here. That's all. Okay. So here I will import this particular modules using this cell, and now let's execute this particular segment. Okay, and here it is showing that the local file is created within our temp directory with this name. So let's refresh our Google Colab folder, and here you can see within our temp directory, this is the temporary file what got created. Okay, and due to the sleep 60, it is still available. As soon as this 60 seconds is over, the with block it will be exiting, and automatically this particular file will be deleted from our temporary directory. So we'll observe that as well. Let's wait for this particular code block to complete. So here the cell execution is complete now, and if I refresh here our Google Colab notebook, here you have seen that automatically that file got deleted. Okay, actually it was deleted earlier itself, but Google Colab was not getting refreshed due to some internet issue or something. So you can just manually refresh once to test this whether it got deleted or not. But actually this port has deleted in the backend that particular file whenever the with block exited. Okay, so I hope you understood that how to create a temporary file within our /temp directory and automatically delete it using this delete true feature. Now we are going to explore the application of this. So let's consider we are having a business use case where whenever in a particular S3 location some PDF file will be getting landed, we need to count number of pages within it. Okay, I hope the problem statement you understood, and that time obviously we can use PDF file reader from PyPDF2. But this particular PDF file reader can only read PDF file from the local file system, not from S3 directly. Okay, but our files are coming in S3. So what we can do, we can create our Lambda function this way, that we will set up an event trigger from S3 to Lambda. Whenever some file will be landed in S3, our Lambda will be triggered. It will first download that particular PDF file in /temp directory within the temporary file what we can create using this kind of command, and then use PDF file reader to read the data from that /temp directory from that temporary file. Okay, because that temp directory or ephemeral storage is local with respect to Lambda, so PDF file reader will have no problem to read from there. So like this way you can use this temp file module along with our Lambda ephemeral storage. So let me show you that first in our Google Colab, and then we will switch to Lambda. Okay, so here we are having a bucket blue zip. Suppose there is some PDF file, let me upload. So let's consider here we are having this particular PDF file, right? So I'll open, and here you can see it is having 5 pages, and these are basically the notes of our AWS Bedrock discussions. If you want to know more about generative AI using AWS Bedrock, obviously you can check that particular course. I tried to cover the concepts from scratch to advanced. Okay, anyway, let's come back to our discussion. So here we are having 5 pages in this PDF file. So all I will do, I'll upload this particular file here in our S3. Okay, so this is the file name. I'll copy that, and here in our Google Colab notebook I'll put that. So as part of the next step, what we need to do, we need to download this particular PDF file from S3 to our temporary file what we can create using tempfile, right? So for that I am creating the S3 client, and because this is Google Colab outside our AWS environment, so I cannot use IAM based authentication. Here I need to use access key secret key based authentication. Okay, that I have done. And then here with tempfile.name temporary file, delete true as tempfile. So using this particular line within this temporary folder, we are creating a temporary file, and that name I am getting in this particular variable, and that I am printing, and here I am downloading using S3 client, providing the bucket name, file name, and the temporary file name in our local. Okay, so that way this particular PDF file from S3 will be downloaded within our temporary file in temporary directory, and then using PDF file reader we are reading that particular content, and here we are printing number of pages in it using PDF object.pages. Okay, and we are printing that here also, and we are having a sleep of 40 seconds so that I can show you that in that temporary file that same PDF file was downloaded from S3. Okay, so it's time to execute. So I'll just run this particular cell, and here you can see the local file created at temporary directory. If I refresh, here you can see this is the file. All I will do, I will download this particular content just to show you that the file what we uploaded in the S3 and what we got in this temporary file are same, and it has also printed number of pages in this is 5. Okay, perfect. So I can go to download section, and here this is the file, and I will just open with, Adobe Reader we can use, and here I can open, and here you can see this is the same file what we have uploaded, our GenAI class notes, right? So here point to be noted, this temporary file is not having any extension .pdf or something. It can be anything. That's why here when I am trying to open from my desktop, here it is asking which system I will use to open this file, right? But when you are working with programming, that time we no need to worry about such issue, because here that temporary file whatever was created, that was PDF file that we were already knowing earlier. So that's why here we have used PDF file reader, and PDF file reader easily can read that. We no need to worry that whether extension should be there or not. Okay, and because the sleep 40 is over, now with block it will exit, and due to this delete true feature, automatically this particular file is also deleted from my temp folder as well. This is the beauty of using temp file feature. To work with temporary directory, you can easily create some temporary file or folder in it, and automatically it will be deleted using this particular property. Now it's time to use this particular feature in AWS Lambda. Okay, so for that what I have done, here I have created a folder within our S3 bucket, and that is PDF demo test. And I have created an S3 event notification that whenever some file will be landed within this particular folder with the suffix of .pdf, then this lambda should be triggered. Okay, PDF page counter, and here you can see that event is there. If you click on that, here it will be showing you the details about that event, that whenever some object will be created within this particular bucket, within this particular folder, and with .pdf extension, then our lambda should be triggered. Okay, now let's go to the code. The code is almost similar like our Google Colab code only. Let me show you that. So here what we are doing, we are importing all the necessary required modules, and then here S3 client we are creating using Boto 3, and this time we no need AWS access key secret key to create the client, because we are executing this code in Lambda, and in the Lambda role I have given S3 access. Okay, now let's go to our Lambda handler. From the event we can easily get the bucket name and S3 file name with this dictionary key value pair extraction, which we discussed several times in our previous videos, and we are printing this bucket name and file name, which is optional. And using this with block, we are creating a temporary file using our Lambda ephemeral storage, that is /temp directory. We are getting the file name, we are printing the file name, and then we are downloading that particular PDF file for which the Lambda got triggered from S3 to our local file system, and using PDF reader we are reading that, and we are printing the number of pages in it, and finally we are returning hello from Lambda. You can return anything based on your requirement, but this is the overall code. And for this particular code we need PyPDF2, so that particular module I have already added as Lambda layer in it. I have created this particular Lambda layer using the generic framework what we have discussed already in our previous video. If you want to know how to create any Lambda layer for any Python runtime very easily, then please check our description link. I'll be providing the link of my previous video there. Okay, and pretty much the code looks good. One more property I want to show you, that ephemeral storage. So if you go to general configuration, here you will be getting the ephemeral storage. You can edit it, okay, and ephemeral storage, here you can see /temp directory that can vary from 512 MB to 10,240 MB. Here in our this case, the minimum volume is fine because we are doing a simple experiment. So now let me upload that PDF file here. So here I will upload our PDF file. Okay, AWS Bedrock GenAI notes, and I'll click on upload. So the file is uploaded. Now hopefully our Lambda should be triggered. I can go to monitor section, view logs in CloudWatch. So here in the log stream, here you can see currently it is 11:10 AM and 11:09 AM 53 seconds this log got generated. So let's go inside that, and if I expand all the logs, here you can see the bucket name, file name it is printing within PDF demo test folder. This is the file, and local file where the file got downloaded is this one, and number of pages in this PDF file is 5. Beautifully it is printing, right? So in this way we can utilize the feature of /temp directory, that is ephemeral storage of Lambda, along with temp file feature, and we no need to worry about cleanup. If you are creating temporary file based on delete true property, automatically the temporary file whatever got created will be deleted. Okay, so that's the application of ephemeral storage. If you scroll below in the documentation, here you can see in the data processing it can be used. for workloads that download objects from Amazon S3 in response to S3 event, more temp space make it possible to handle large objects without using in-memory processing. The same thing what we have done, that based on S3 event, Lambda got triggered, and if that S3 object is having bigger volume also, then also no problem. We can increase the space or storage in /temp directory and we can download there and we can use any compatible Python module to work with it. Okay, following that same pattern, the same feature can be used for ETL operation also. For complex ETL workload, when you are working with big volume of data, that time instead of going with AWS Glue or Batch, using this temporary directory only, you can do many complex ETL operations to some extent in the Lambda itself, right? So these are several applications of our ephemeral storage. I hope you understood this. Now what we are going to do, we are going to explore how we can create temporary directory using tempfile module. Okay, so here we have explored how to create a temporary file using tempfile module. Now we will be creating a temporary directory using tempfile module, and we will see its application in the AWS Lambda function as well. Okay. Now before jumping into the programming section, let's first try to understand why sometimes we might need temporary directory within our TMP folder. Okay. So in our first case, what was happening, that in our this S3 location, there is some PDF file, and let's consider here we are having our Lambda. And here we have our PyDF2 module installed, which can read the PDF file from local only. So to make this particular PDF file which is available in S3 readable, as a first step, what we are doing, within our /temp directory, we are creating a temp file where we were downloading this particular PDF file from S3, and PyPDF was reading this particular file because this temp directory is local to our Lambda, and it was able to return us number of pages in it. Okay, so here if you see, the input is a file, output is basically a number, and in this particular case there is only one temporary file is needed within our temp directory, that is the PDF file. Okay, so because this is only one temporary file related use case, so we can use temp file feature to create a temporary file and delete it. But there are some use cases where we need two temporary files in this /temp directory. So let's consider that use case. So here again, following that earlier pattern, here let's consider we are having Lambda, and here we are having S3. Okay. Now there are many OCR system which is optical character recognition, where we can put some unstructured data that can be PDF or images as input, and it will return me the text content within that particular image or PDF. Now many organizations has developed the OCR around PDF files. That is, you can provide any PDF file as input and it will return me the text content within that PDF file. But suppose in a particular business use case, we are not getting PDF files, we are getting image files. So as a first step, what we need to do, we need to convert these image files to PDF files before providing that as input to our OCR, right? Now this image to PDF can be done using a Python module img to PDF. Now this particular module basically take our image file as input and provide that PDF file as output after conversion. Okay. Now let's consider for this particular job we are using Lambda. So here in some S3 location, image file will be getting landed. Lambda will read that, and using img to PDF, it will convert that to PDF file, and in some another S3 location, it will write that PDF file. Okay. So that from here OCR can take this for text extraction, right? So here if you see, if I try to use img to PDF, what will happen? I need to have this particular image as local in this Lambda execution. So that time we can use /tmp or ephemeral storage to download that particular image first and store it, and then img to PDF will read from that particular temporary file and will convert that to PDF. But this PDF file will be there in the Lambda local only. It will not be uploaded directly in S3 by image to PDF. We need to explicitly use Boto3 to upload this particular converted PDF to S3. Okay. So I hope you are getting it that for this img to PDF, there are two temporary files. One is input image and another one is output PDF. Okay. So 2 temporary files we need to create. This time it is not use case of one single temporary file. Now obviously to store 2 temporary files, we can create a temporary directory within this /tmp folder, and in the temporary directory we can create these 2 temporary files. One will be basically getting by downloading the data from S3, and another one will be getting after the img to PDF conversion. And then this temporary file we can upload back to S3 and delete these 2 temporary files, that is image and PDF, as well as the temporary directory also we can do. So this is one of the use case where instead of temporary file, we might need to create temporary directory within our /tmp or ephemeral storage, so that we can create multiple temporary files within that. I hope you understood this. Now we will jump into the programming section. So for this demo, here I have written some code. As part of the first step, I need img to PDF module, so that I am installing. Okay, and here is our actual code. So we are importing all the necessary modules, then bucket name, glue zip, our bucket, and then here we will upload some JPG file, for which we will be converting that to PDF. Okay, so here let's consider this GenAI, this particular JPG file I want to convert to PDF. So here the file is uploaded, and here if I search with gen_AI, here I will be getting only this file. As of now there is no PDF file for this, and here the S3 file with dir, that is directory along with directory name, is this one. Okay, because here direct S3 file name with directory and only S3 file name both are same, because here this file we have uploaded in the bucket level. But suppose you are putting within some directory, then you can put directory name /file name. Okay, now from here we are first extracting only the image file name, that is we are splitting based on slash and then taking the last element. For example, if we are uploading in the code base, okay, this is a directory. So how the S3 file name will be having, that is code base /genai.jpg. So to get only the image file name, what we are doing, we are splitting based on this slash and we are taking the last element, so that it will have genai.jpg like that. Okay, right? So only image file name we have got. We are creating the S3 client and using this particular command within our temp folder. Okay, in Google Colab, here if you see, we are having temp directory. Within that, if we want to create a temporary directory, you can use this command mkd temp. So temporary directory will be created. There first what we will do, we will download our image from S3. Now the file name, where we will be basically downloading that S3 file, we can keep same as of our image file name what we are having in S3. So that we are creating here image file equal to directory along with the file name from S3, we are appending to get the absolute image file name, and here we will be downloading. That download we have done. Now what we can do, we can use img to PDF to convert that image to PDF. Okay, now what is the PDF file name we should be having? Just we can replace .jpg with .pdf and we can store in same temporary directory what we have created. So PDF file will be written at this location, and here this code will basically help us in image to PDF conversion. Okay, img to PDF. So first here we are opening the PDF file and we are writing the converted data in it. Now up to this, it is still available in our local. Now we need to upload back. So to upload, we are using S3 file upload command to upload that PDF file to our S3 in the same location where our image file was. And here I am having a sleep of 60 just to show you that the files are getting created in our temporary directory as well. And now this particular directory will not be auto deleted. Okay, like in our earlier case here, using delete true property, we were able to automatically delete the temporary file whatever we are creating. But temporary directory cannot be automatically deleted. So for that, what we are doing, obviously in the temporary directory we are having 2 files, one is image file, one is PDF file. We are deleting those first, and then we are using OS rmdir to just delete that particular folder itself from our TMP directory. Okay, right? So it's time to test it out. I'll just run it. Okay, so the PDF file to be written at this location. If I refresh, here you will see that one temporary directory got created within our temp folder, and if I expand that, within that genai.jpg and genai.pdf files are available. So genai.jpg basically came from here. Okay, genai.jpg, and here if I refresh, here you will be seeing genai.pdf also got created, which is basically the converted file to PDF. Okay, at 12:28 PM. Currently it is 12:29. So that means just now from this JPG, this PDF file we got. So let's see the JPG file once. So if I open this one, This is the JPG file. Now let's download this particular file from S3 just to check whether we are getting the proper PDF file or not. So here you can open that one, and here you can see this PDF file is having just converted image only. Okay, right? So this is how you can create temporary directory within our temp folder. Okay, if you need to store multiple temporary files in our temp folder, then you can opt for temporary directory creation, and within that you can store it. And once the job is done, using this os.remove command, you can delete it. So here you can see this was our temporary directory. If I refresh our Google Colab, here you can see automatically it got deleted. Okay, right? So now we can implement same concept in our Lambda as well. The same way how we did earlier, that here we are taking S3 client, we are importing img to PDF. For that I have already created a Lambda layer, right? And your bucket name is the file name we are taking. Only image file name we are extracting by splitting based on slash. And then here we are creating the image file name within our temporary directory with the same file name what was there in S3. With that we are creating our image file name. There our image file will be downloaded first, and then using img to PDF we are converting to PDF, and we are uploading that back to S3. Okay, and we are removing the image PDF as well as temporary directory from our ephemeral storage. Okay, and to trigger this Lambda, I have created one S3 event, that is basically here. Let me show you the trigger. Here if I expand that one, that whenever object will be created in this particular image test folder. So here I have created a image test folder. Within this, whenever some image will be landed with .jpg extension, that time our Lambda should be triggered. Okay, right? So let's test it out. So here I will upload this one. Click on upload. So here this particular JPG image is uploaded, and see immediately in almost in near real time, Lambda has converted to PDF and has written here. Okay, if you want to check the Lambda logs, here you can go to monitor section and click view logs in CloudWatch. And here you can see at 12:31 one log stream got generated. Currently it is 12:32. I can go inside that, and if I expand this here, you will be getting all these details. That is, bucket is this, the landing S3 file is this, the image file to be written here. Okay, within our temp directory, that is within our ephemeral storage, we have created a temporary directory. There we are downloading that image, and in that same location with that same file name, the PDF file is also stored. Okay, and then it is uploading and deleting those locations. Let me show you another example. Let's consider this one. I'll open this one. So this image is another image which I was using in my video thumbnail. So here let me upload that particular image, and I'll click on upload, and here the file is uploaded. If I go inside that, see at 12:33:35 it got uploaded, and 12:33:36 the file is uploaded. Okay, so Lambda was triggered and it has done that conversion. But because image to PDF need that input file also in local, and it will write that output also in local, not directly in S3. So this time two temporary files are needed. That's why instead of opting for temporary file, we have opted for temporary directory. Right? I hope you understood the concept of ephemeral storage and how to work with temp file to easily interact or use the ephemeral storage concept. All the codes I'll be providing in the description box or in the comment section so that you can play with it and understand more out of it. Okay, this is all for this particular video. If you have any doubt, you can ask in the comment section along with the timestamp where you have got the doubt. And if you find this video helpful, then please like, share and comment. Subscribe our channel if you have not subscribed till now. And don't forget to press the bell icon to get the notification of our latest videos. Thank you for watching.